Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these masks, because like the coronavirus and everything, they just fit over your face like that, and they're also reversible, or you could just put like a solid color on the inside. But yeah, you can switch them to fit both ways. And then they have straps to tie around your head. And yeah, so let's get started. Hi guys, like I said, I am going to be showing you how to make these masks. First off, I am just starting to iron the fabric to make sure that everything is even and flat so I can cut the pattern precisely. Yeah, so we're just doing that. I'm making these masks because obviously the coronavirus, and you can see right there where I messed up because there's a big chunk missing. I cut the wrong size out at first, but that's okay because my cousin wanted one with the dog prints, so I just used that one for her. So that's cool. This one I did make for a dude that wanted one. We're just cutting the fabric out here, and you're gonna want 2 of each piece and make sure they are opposites for each type of fabric. So you see here how they are like they're mirrors of each other, because if you make the same kind, the same piece twice, then it won't line up. I mean, unless it's like a solid color, but the dog prints, you definitely can't do that because you can't just like flip it over. And this stuff is usually used for making thin fabrics, like more sturdy and thicker, but it's also non-woven fabric, which is a good filter for bacteria when you're breathing. So considering that we have a whole bolt of this, I thought that this would be a great idea. So yeah, I was like, ooh, now we're just cutting them out of the fabric. And that kind of transparent fabric that I said was the filter, it has adhesive on one side and you just iron it on, as you saw me do, and then it just sticks right on there, and that's pretty cool. So we are cutting these out, and then okay, so the straps I made are 22 inches long, and then I cut them in half. So I make 2 22-inch pieces and then cut each one in half, making 4 different straps, and I make them 2 inches wide, and then I fold each edge to meet in the middle and then fold it again, and then I sew it straight down the middle, and that's what you're watching me do here. I totally did not get footage of me folding them, but yeah. So then after I cut one of the strands in half, then I will fold it over so it looks more like clean, it won't fray, and I sew it onto itself. So it's gonna look like the end of a hoodie string that is like sewn, basically, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's what we're doing here, and I am hand sewing it because it's really hard to do on a sewing machine, and then unless you have something to push it through. And now I'm just lighting them on fire so that they don't fray. And now I'm pitting my pattern good side to good side. Make sure you do that or it won't work. It won't work. Nope. So then you just sew the curvy part of this pattern together. Both fabrics. You can do patterns on both sides, or you can do solid colors on both sides, but yeah, that's what we're doing. And then you trim it, and I keep these trimmings as like stuffing instead of buying it. And then we're gonna match good side to good side again and pin the top and bottom. Do not pin the sides. We are not sewing that part yet. So we pin the top and the bottom. Make sure you keep the curves and angles of the pattern when making this. And then you're going to sew it. And at first here we do have some difficulties. You'll see in a second. But yeah. So you just sew it. I'm just using a straight stitch for this. And pretty simple. This is a very simple pattern, super easy. These take me about 30 minutes to make. The hardest part is the straps because I don't have elastic, and folding and ironing is time consuming. So we're turning this inside out now, outside in, whatever you want to say, and you kind of just fold it and then stitch across the bottom and top again to make sure that it lays flat. Even though we're doing this, they still will be reversible, so that's pretty neat. But this just makes sure that it doesn't like unfold while you're wearing it or whatever, and it makes it look kind of nicer. I've made like 6 of these now, so that's cool. So now we're folding in the ends and pinning the middle so that it stays in place, and then I iron the ends just so that they stay a little bit better, but you don't have to do that. I just think it's easier to keep those corners in. And then I'm inserting the end of the strap that we did not sew over itself into the corners so it looks like this. And you're going to do that on both sides, and that's why we made 4 straps. If you're using elastic, then just put one side of each end of the elastic in, and if you are using thinner elastic, I would suggest double sewing over it, like back stitching, just so it doesn't come out or tear or anything like that, just more secure. But yeah, then we just sew this in. And that is basically all you do. This is the finished product. And then this is the one I made for my mom. And this is also how it fits. So I hope you guys liked it. Yeah. Okay, bye. Okay guys, I hope you liked the video. I did sell that one. If you want to buy one because you don't have a sewing machine or you just don't want to put the effort into making one, then I am selling them on Poshmark. I will leave the link down below, or you can go to my Instagram, that will also be down below, and just DM me. I hope you guys liked the video. See you next week.